Now on WRDE Coast TV.
Still no plane filled with migrants in sight, but we'll show you how some local organizations are still on the ready.
Georgetown Historical Society recommending that a check be voided. That's from the DOJ. Find out how some are reacting to the suggestion and what could be next in the legal process.
Good news for some Rehoboth Beach restaurants, but not so much for others.
H2OI back in Ocean City this weekend, how businesses and locals are already being affected by the event, and where else you might find the car enthusiasts.
From the beaches to the bays, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News at 6 starts right now.
Local organizations still in high gear preparing for the possibility of migrants arriving in Sussex County. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Matt Pensick. Welcome to our 6 p.m. newscast. We begin tonight with an update one day after a plane was chartered to land in Georgetown with migrants aboard.
A plan did not come. The state says it does not have any information about the flight said to contain migrants, but local organizations are still ready to step in if they arrive.
And WRDE's Heidi Kirk is live in Georgetown. Heidi, you spoke with these organizations and they're still ready.
Matt and Maddie, nonprofits today told me that they are ready for any plane to come down this runway.
These are some of the accommodations St. Peter's Episcopal Church has prepared in case the migrants arrive. Director and priest Jeffrey Ross says they've been in high gear since they found out on Sunday night.
We're all still very much on alert.
Ross says his goal is to meet the immediate need of the migrants if they arrive. That's things like housing, food, and water. They are prepared to host more than 200 people at their retreat center in Rehoboth Beach and at their summer camp quarters.
Well, I think that's really a part of the whole ethos of Delaware as a state. I mean, we are a group of people of neighbors who know each other and are connected one to another, and we care about each other.
It's the same goal many organizations throughout Sussex County and beyond have. Rosana Artiego Lapenza works with Casa de Venezuela. She spent the day at the airport waiting with open arms.
We are ready to welcome them, any immigrants, and treat them with dignity.
But people like Jenkin Davis don't think Delaware is the place for these migrants.
And I don't think here in the state we should be spending taxpayers' money to accommodate these people.
Bob Bralinsky works in Lewis. He says it's essential for the first state to step up.
They don't even know where they're going, okay? Providing them with shelter, food, care, medications, and just being a good friend to them.
There's no migrants yet, but these beds are ready if any migrants are bused or flown into our area.
WRDE is continuing to track any flights coming into this airport, especially those coming from border states like Florida and Texas. With coverage you can count on, reporting in Sussex County, I'm Heidi Kirk, WRDE Coast TV News.
Thank you, Heidi. Moving forward to our Coast TV poll question, we asked, what do you think about flying migrants to Delaware? Now we have our final results.
So far, a large majority of people, 61%, calling it a political stunt. 23% saying they support flying migrants into Delaware. 16%, though, saying it's simply a burden. We appreciate everyone who voted and took the time to share their thoughts and vote in our WRDE Coast TV poll. Moving on, a $25,000 check to the Georgetown Historical Society could be voided. That's the recommendation from the Delaware Department of Justice after the Attorney General's office says 3 council members violated FOIA and open government standards.
And WRDE's Cody Decker is live in Georgetown. Cody, there could be a potential lawsuit.
Maddie, that decision comes after Penuel Barrett, Angela Townsend, and Sue Barlow signed and delivered the Historical Society's check behind closed doors. Tom Irvin of the Southern Delaware Alliance for Racial Justice, who filed the complaint, says they need to be held accountable and own up to what they did. This ruling opens the possibility of a lawsuit if the recommended action of voiding the check is not taken. Mayor West, who voted against the check, says the recommendation should be considered seriously.
I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. I don't know if they're going to agree. You know, I know there's been an email sent about they want some time to get legalization So maybe they're starting to realize that they've done some things they shouldn't have done.
We know the Historical Society has the check, but it's unclear if it has been cashed. All of this and a presentation from the NAACP is on Monday night's Town Council meeting agenda. With coverage you can count on live in Georgetown, Cody Decker, WRDE, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Cody. A setback for vote-by-mail lawsuit. A Delaware judge on Monday stopped the implementation of a ruling he issued last week. That ruling said vote-by-mail was unconstitutional. Last week, the judge said that voters cannot mail in their ballots in the upcoming November election. Vice Chancellor Nathan Cook says his decision was appealed by the Department of Elections, and the state Supreme Court will hear arguments about this case on October 5th. Cook says he is allowing election officials to process mail-in voting applications and prepare ballots. He says officials are not allowed to send the ballots to voters unless the state Supreme Court allows it. If the Supreme Court agrees with Cook that the vote-by-mail law is unconstitutional, then voters who applied for mail-in ballots under the new law, they will have to vote in person on November 8th.
After years of policies and months of proposed changes, finally some action on outdoor dining in Rehoboth Beach. WRDE's Charles Reinert shows us what commissioners just decided. And while some restaurants are happy, others feel left behind.
People love to eat outside in Rehoboth Beach. And soon, there will be more room to do it. For some restaurants, the Rehoboth Beach City Commissioners have voted to allow more spaces for private outdoor dining patios. Until this week, the maximum patio size was 750 square feet. That number is now rising to 1,000 square feet, solely on the property that the restaurant owns. Purple Parrot manager Connor Sweeney says that this is a great change for him.
Any seats, any open space where you can put people, just helps business.
But not every business is celebrating these new rules. The expansion only applies to private property, not sidewalk seating that was allowed during the pandemic. Blackwell Hitch manager Martin LaHiff says that he's disappointed that he cannot expand his outdoor dining.
We depend on that outdoor business to kind of keep things rolling in the middle of the summertime, and with a limited seating capacity, we only have so much we could offer to the guests.
Rehoboth Beach Mayor Stan Mills says commissioners tried to work with everyone, but the city must ensure that there's enough sidewalk space for pedestrians, even at the expense of some restaurants. He says the new policy is a response to the pandemic.
It became very apparent to the mayor and commissioners that people just absolutely love outdoor dining. And so we wanted to take a look at other opportunities to do.
But Casey's Delights owner Terry Langer hopes some more changes are on the table.
Outside dining should not be restricted. It should be expanded as much as possible.
Now that the policy has been decided, restaurants must apply to expand. Mills says that the discussions on outdoor dining should now be at their end. But if any restaurant wants to expand their private outdoor dining space, they have until November 1st to propose their growth to city commissioners. With coverage you can count on, I'm Charles Reinert reporting in Rehoboth Beach, WRDE Coast TV News.
It was a great day to get out to the beach in Ocean City today. Here on 133rd Street, the sun was bright. And it was nice to just get out and bask in it. I mean, just an absolute, it looks like a postcard out there. And it tends to look that good down there all the time. Well, and it's not only a postcard there, but it's also a postcard in Seaford right now as well. We have 81 degrees. The winds are moving at about 4 miles per hour for us. And I want to thank the folks at Tidal Health for sponsoring our camera. By the way, did you know that today is what's called Earth, Wind, and Fire Day? There's a song that they sing that says, do you remember the very first night in September? So, and 21st night of September. So the 21st night of September, let's give you the 21st night forecast, hour by hour, by the way. 7 o'clock, we're looking at sunshine, sun's still up and clear skies, and 73 degrees by 8 o'clock and clear skies. We will stay clear at 9 o'clock as well as 10 o'clock and remaining clear until we get, let's say, about 10 o'clock, and we'll drop into the upper 60s afterwards. Coming up, we'll talk more about Fiona and why the rain tomorrow might actually help keep her away from us, Maddie.
Paul, I hope you sing that line at 11. Maybe. Okay, we'll see. Well, hey, another road closure happening in Sussex County. This one on October 3rd, so what's about 2 weeks from now? DelDOT says Will King Road between Kendale Road and Conley's Chapel Road will be closed through Friday, December 9th. Long stretch there. Officials say the work may take longer to get done depending on the weather. According to DelDOT, local access will still be possible for those who live on the road or really need to get through Agency says the work is being done to install a new sewer line there.
Road work also coming to the town of Millsboro at the beginning of October, and it will cause road closures. DelDOT says the right turn lane between Victoria's Landing Road and Bay Farm Road on Route 24 will be closed, and that closure will begin on October 3rd if weather permits. DelDOT says that the work will improve that intersection. Work is expected to be done on Sunday, October 16th, according to DelDOT officials.
The pop-up car rally called H2OI is expected to be this weekend down in OC. Actions taken by Ocean City officials over the past few years could lead to smaller crowds and even potentially have them move to a new location. WRDE's Tori Seagraves shows us what preparations are being made there and where else you could see those participants.
Soon these streets will be flooded with revving engines and hot rods. Or will they? H2OI has caused the town to implement a special event zone. This means speed limits are lowered and consequences are worse, all designed to deter scenes like this from happening in Ocean City. The temporary rules are already affecting locals.
They placed the good restrictions around town. It's just that I wish they wouldn't do it too early because it is a little slow when you live here and have to go to the store and etc.
But I do know that I tell everybody, hey, if you have to be here at 10, leave at 9 or whatever, just so you guys know, no speeding, fines are doubled. Just be wary just because you're not in a certain car, that doesn't mean you're not going to get pulled over. So we just tell everyone to be extra careful.
Papa says being in North Ocean City is beneficial this weekend.
We're so far up north, we don't have too much trouble. I mean, there's always that one or two bad eggs that'll come in and, but for the most part, it's just a normal weekend.
According to Ocean City Police, the special event zone might force H2OI goers to other places like Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and Wildwood, New Jersey. However, locals I spoke with don't seem concerned with the H2OI visitors.
Hopefully they're going to be respectful and not destroy where they're staying and support our businesses.
If you do plan on traveling to Ocean City this weekend, keep in mind that the speed limit has been reduced to 30 miles per hour, and any violation of the special event zone rules could lead to a $1,000 fine or being arrested. With coverage you can count on in Ocean City, I'm Tori Seagraves, WRDE Coast TV News.
Coming up, the Philadelphia Eagles off to a hot start. Find out more about what their soaring quarterback Jalen Hurts has to say about the team.
And we have a round of storms headed our way, you can see right there. But don't knock it, because this might keep Fiona from paying us a visit on our own shoreline. I'll explain the details when we return.
Stick with us at 6, recognizing World Alzheimer's Day, where you can walk to help end the disease this weekend. But first, potential conflicts of interest for both of Delaware senators, how their financial transactions connect to their roles on committees. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
You can go your own way. Exit light. Driving after midnight. We're not gonna take it. Home sweet home. Round and round. We'll love the
Delmarva's Classic Rock. Big 107.7.
At Window World at Delmarva, we want to make your old roof new again. One of the only certified CertainTeed Select Shingle Masters on the shore, offering the best product and labor warranties.
Giving you a worry-free roof that lasts.
Call Window World at Delmarva today.
Customers seem to be losing their cool at the drop of a hat.
My friend got punched in the face.
What the hell is going on? All new Dr. Phil.
Thursday at 4 on WRDE.
Potential conflicts of interest in Congress, and both of Delaware Senators Tom Carper and Chris Coons are involved. According to a recent New York Times report, Carper and Coons are two of at least 97 members of Congress involved with financial transactions that connect to their work on a committee or a subcommittee. In the cases of Delaware senators, the financial trades were made by members of their families. The New York Times matched the trades against dates of committee hearings and congressional investigations. Coons' transaction was a one-time instance involving one of his children selling a small amount of Microsoft stock, which coincided with Coons' role on the Senate Judiciary Committee on Intellectual Property. When asked for a comment on the potential conflict, his office told WRDE that they are not going to have public comment on this. More instances for Carper, a lot more, mostly involving his wife, Martha. Here is the statement we received from his office. Senator Carper and his wife, Martha, have always been careful to ensure that their financial investments are handled separately by a financial advisor who makes decisions in transactions independently. For the Carpers, there are 3 potential conflicts while serving on the Environment and Public Works Committee, 4 on that committee's subcommittee on Chemical Safety, Waste Management, Environmental Justice, and Oversight, 1 on the subcommittee on Transportation and Infrastructure, 1 on the Finance Committee, 7 on the Homeland Security Committee. According to the New York Times, Carper is one of the Senate's most active filers. Overall, his wife's sales of purchases of stocks in oil and gas companies like Marathon and BP took place as Carper served as the ranking Democrat on the Environment and Public Works Committee. She also profited in bond sales in the medical supply company Owens & Minor while the senator sat on the health care subcommittee of the Finance Committee. And according to the New York Times, those bonds were sold at a figure between $30,000 and $100,000. It should be noted that U.S. lawmakers are not banned from investing in any company, even those that could affect their votes. We'll be right back.
If you're gonna have a tailgate party, you're gonna need a tailgate. That's where we come in. Come to the truck store and find the right truck right now. For all your truck needs, do more, play more, get more. MyTruckStoreOnline.com.
Furnitureland's anniversary sale is going on now. We're celebrating 31 years as Delmarva's top-rated source for home furnishings, with incredible anniversary savings up to 31% off furniture for every room. Upgrade your sleep and save 31% off select adjustable foundations, plus $31 local delivery. Now, transforming your house into a home is more affordable than ever during our 31st anniversary sale. Furnitureland, from here to home.
AquaCare Physical Therapy has helped thousands recover from pain. Why are they choosing AquaCare? Real one-on-one care. You are not a number when you come to AquaCare. Offering unique women's physical therapy, helping women with leakage of urine, pelvic pain, pregnancy, in addition to the difficulties experienced postpartum. Aquatic therapy with warm water pools to help pain in a way that is not possible through traditional therapy. Female and locally owned. Go to aquacarephysicaltherapy.com to schedule your free screening at one of our locations.
The Berlin Chamber of Commerce presents 3 days of live bluegrass music at the Berlin Fiddlers Convention, Friday, September 23rd through Sunday, September 25th. Open to all with musicians from across the nation. Don't miss the Berlin Fiddlers Convention, September 23rd through the 25th. More info at berlinchamber.org.
Jeff's Greenhouses in Bethel is full of fall favorites. Hardy mums and asters in all your favorite colors. Ornamental cabbage and kale, jumbo winter pansies, ornamental peppers, celosia, and large mixed mums. See Jeff's awesome selection of trees and shrubs. Plant your spring blooming bulbs now. Jeff's has them all. And visit the gift shop for all your fall wreaths and arrangements. For selection and savings, it is always worth a trip to Jeff's Greenhouses in Bethel, Delaware.
All bets are on. You bet your life.
Get out of here, really?
No, you get out of here. Hey, it's my house.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE.
Get to the car store now for the Fall Sales Blitz. You'll find an incredible lineup to choose from, so you can drive away today in a quality pre-owned car or truck that's new to you. Score big savings at the Fall Sales Blitz, thecarstoreonline.com.
We actually have a line of aggressive storms that'll slide through on Thursday, but relax, it's actually a good thing. I'll explain that in just a moment. 85 for the high in Georgetown today, 84. Salisbury, we got up to 86 degrees for the high in Wallops Island. Here's a look at live radar, and you can see with the swoop, we're looking very clear at this present time. I'm widening the scope here because you see high pressures in control of our weather. We have a frontal boundary out towards the ocean, and that's going to help just a little bit as well. Currently, 77 Lewis and in Bethany Beach, 76 in Rehoboth. But notice as we go in, we're looking at 80 in Belmar, as well as Salisbury, 82 Princess Anne. Now, with our futurecast, this is where that line of aggressive storms I was talking about a moment ago. By 2:30, we're looking at this line beginning to sweep on through. Now, I want you to take note of this. This is like a baseball knocking into a baseball bat, knocking into a baseball, because it's going to actually push things through. Let me show you this on a more wider scale so you see what we're talking about. Overall, we see Fiona as a Category 4, moving to the north very quickly, now at about 9 miles per hour, with sustained winds at 130 miles per hour, wind gusts at 160. Think of Fiona as a big, gigantic softball. And that rain that I just showed you, here comes that baseball action. Because this is going to act like a gigantic bat, although we have some upper winds that are also going to help with this. Watch how this happens, and watch the corner of your screen. This is how it's going to play out. Here comes the bat. As it swings through, notice how it makes contact. Pretty good contact, to be quite honest, by Friday at 9:30 in the morning. And then it foul tips the storm around and away from us. That's why the storms aren't necessarily a bad thing. So with that being the case, here's a look at your first alert weather 7-day forecast. We have that 70% chance of rain staying in the forecast for Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we stay clear, and then another 50% chance of rain on Monday. Maddie?
Paul, thank you. Did you know September 21st is World Alzheimer's Awareness Day? The awareness effort continues on a local level. This weekend in Rehoboth Beach, walkers will set out on a mission to end Alzheimer's disease. The annual Walk to End Alz raises money to research and find a cure and helps support people who are living with Alzheimer's or those taking care of a loved one with the disease. If you want to walk or attend or show your support, all you got to do is be at the Rehoboth Beach Bandstand Saturday morning, and our own Mallory Metzner will be the MC.
All right, well, the Philadelphia Eagles are off to a 2-0 start thanks to a convincing win on Monday night. The Delmarva Sports Network's Corey Nido has more on what the Eagles quarterback thinks about the team's performance.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Hey there, sports fans. Well, I know we are only 2 weeks into the NFL season, but dare I say the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFC? After their dominant 24-7 win over the Vikings on Monday Night Football, many might think so, thanks in large part to the first half performance of quarterback Jalen Hurts. Hurts threw for 251 yards, ran for 50 more yards, and combined for 3 touchdowns in the first half. However, for QB1, he said him and the Birds still have a lot to improve on.
Be able to come out and perform at a high level as a team, that's big for us. To perform at a high level and still leave so much money on the table. So I'm sure y'all saw the little video in the locker room last week. It's exactly the same message this week. In terms of the standard not being met, and I think, like I said, we have a standard for ourselves, and it only rises.
With that performance, the MVP odds for Hurts improved significantly, going from 14-1 to 18-1, trailing just Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs and Josh Allen of the Bills. Sticking with football, our game of the night this Friday night will be Milford and Delmar. The 2-1 Bucks visit the 0-2 Wildcats in a Class 2A District 3 battle. We'll have it live on the Delmarva Sports Network on Friday night. That does it for sports.
You know the credo that Valor Home lives by. Honor, respect, and trust. Our dedication to recognize, empower, and employ veterans began with Al Kincaid, a Vietnam veteran who founded Valor Home. Now, thousands of happy customers later, Valor Home is a leader in Delmarva.
When you smoke inside, you're not the only one who inhales. Secondhand smoke causes cancer and heart disease in adults, and respiratory problems in children, and SIDS in infants. If you smoke or vape, take it outside.
Coverage on the road, in your community, and along the coast. The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town.
We are now just north of Dublin Hill, and as you can see, if you take a look here outside, the rain is starting.
The WRDE IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now, place your order and lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months on select Ford SUVs.
It's kind of cute that she thinks I don't notice.
but I really appreciate how she's always looking after me. Sometimes she thinks she's fooling me, but she isn't. Do the boys at work give me grief about my hummus? Oh, you bet. But it's a small price to pay for a woman who cares. Hey, babe.
Hey. You're always there for them.
Okay, we're all ready.
And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Through the end of the month, get 50% off all of your Valor Roofing materials, plus a free upgrade to HD architectural shingles, and no payments till 2024. Visit valorhome.com or call
833-83-VALOR.
Time now for a look at what's coming up tonight in primetime here on WRDE. A bunch of premieres on Chicago night. The premiere of not only Chicago Med, but Chicago Fire, but Chicago PD. All premieres, all in that order. And after all that, join us back here for WRDE News at 11.
On CBS tonight, the premieres continue. At 8, Survivor. At 10, it is The Amazing Race.
Premieres even more on Fox. At 8, The Masked Singer, a premiere. And at 9, the premiere of Lego Masters.
Over on the Delmarva Sports Network tonight at 7, it is Y-High at Easton in high school football. At 10:30, the final score. Coming up new on WRDE News at 11, lessening the risk of an emergency during pregnancy. 3 things expectant mothers can do to ensure their health and safety. Plus, as we all try to manage higher energy costs, are Delawareans about to be hit with a big increase as we head into colder months? Those stories and more on WRDE News at 11.
Speaking of colder months, our chief meteorologist Paul Williams has a final check on the forecast. I saw 6 in that 10-day.
It is because of the cold front. So the cold front's going to pull double duty. It's going to make it cooler, but it's going to keep Fiona off of our shores, so to speak. So we'll have this front. I love the chimes. Okay, for Thursday, 70% chance of rain. Friday and Saturday, you'll notice a high of only 67 on Friday, only 72 on Saturday, but we are trying to get into that fall groove. We warm back up by Sunday going into Monday, and a 50% chance of rain on Monday. But remember, we're going to be thankful for this stormy weather on Thursday because it's all going to help to nudge Fiona out of our immediate vicinity. And then as we go into next week, we're looking pretty clear till we jump all the way over to next Saturday, a 40% chance of rain. By the way, with that chance of rain, want to remind you, by the way, our umbrella giveaway still very active for you. All you got to do to enter, go to coasttvumbrella.com. Maddie?
Paul, thank you. And thank you for joining us here for WRDE News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our WRDE News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we will see you later tonight for WRDE News at 11. Have a great night.